nothing?
Yep.
So, I'm going to go 2 shots. They're basically the same dice. So I'm going to go the white one is clear to shoot.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Who are you going for, Tony?
All right, we've got some shooting.
Yes,
I think that's a hit.
Up or down?
Up or down. Goes up.
Going up.
4, 5.
Gets a
Whoa.
wound.
That's a one with the
Bug,
plus.
stick around. Bet you
Alright.
he will.
Oh, very close.
Anything else? Would have stuck around.
So that's what the captain is.
Yeah.
Speaking of captain, I'm going to shoot the. No, because this one here. So this guy's shooting through his friend.
Yep.
Here.
Combat.
Hits.
Oh, I'm actually going for the.
Oh, sorry.
6. Is that a hit?
Yeah, it's fine.
And then you or me. It will hit you.
If it was.
Up or down.
Yeah, go again.
Goes down.
And one of the things I actually strongly suspect that we might have a
Shooting into the captain.
plastic Anarian.
Miss.
No, the more you say it, I think it may come true.
Yeah, just thinking about it, he was referencing
How it
the
is.
second age. They probably want to try and get that copyright. Maybe they've, Games Workshop Design Studio does get concept art
Early.
early.
Yeah, that's right.
Make models. We saw this with The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Saw it with Lord of the Rings as well. Like the first age elves dropped pretty much what the movie did. So it's not too unreasonable that they've had the concept art for a lot of the second age stuff.
Yeah.
On Amazon too,
Yeah.
and haven't been able to announce it. I mean, we can wish, right?
Yeah. All right. Looks like a throwing weapon barrage has come through. Knocked a goblin off. Just of note, I think the old captain in the northern part area has his warg knocked off. Oh, sorry, the rider knocked off. It wasn't the gold captain.
Sure. Let's go. This one on the edge first.
Yes.
I'm going to strike him over.
Okay. Your spear.
4.
You got your banner.
Banner reroll. 5.
That's my
Getting
banner.
on the banner reroll.
Should we raise from there?
Yep.
If mine.
Defense.
All right.
Rider.
You'll need 5s on each.
That is true, but that has been changing with the way streaming formats have been
Let's go 1-on-1 here.
shows. I'll try and drop in tandem now.
Yeah.
Mando season merch has been out.
Yeah. Oh, Lockie does make a great point. Merch and TV show related items don't drop till the end of the first season. That's a really good point. I do agree with that compared to movies. And especially with the streaming format, people, if you have a successful season 1, you get a big sort of merch hype train going. Very similar to The Mandalorian. We didn't say Baby Yoda merch till way after the series. Yeah, the series dropped.
Let's do this guy who's not in banner range.
Yep.
I'm a shield again.
Is he may have just bumped because the banner moved? Do you want to double check?
Oh, sorry. I assume you moved him too far back.
Double check. I don't
He's still, yeah, totally.
Oh,
Okay,
Big 6.
right. Oh.
We kill him. I know, we don't kill him.
Uh-oh.
Never mind.
He's defense 5.
Triple 1s.
Yes. Oh, Coltrane got really excited there.
Yeah. Or Coltrane, baby.
I'm a shield.
Yeah. Knowing the trend this has been so far.
Oh. Oh. It's off the table. It's a 4. And there's that.
Big fat dice. Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
Killed him 1 time. Killed Goblin 1 time.
Okay.
Okay. So, this time I am finally going to lose.
The game?
Oh, that's a big roll. Liam has 1 priority.
You tell
yet
things
again.
getting heated now because they're both using the Gandalf dice.
Yes, that's right.
You know it's serious when they're both reaching for those high rolling dice.
Yep.
We all know how ludicrous these dice can be.
All right, Coleman has declared the heroic move. Sorry.
There.
Mathematical equations, both players there working out their likelihood chances of victory using advanced algebra techniques.
Yes, that's right.
I'm going to be spending mine.
Liam declaring he's going to be spending mine.
He's just gonna pick the correct model here. What will he do? Will he use it to try and shut down and cancel the heroic move?
That captain there calling a
Oh,
march.
very, very cool. I love this play.
Know exactly what's going on.
Yes. So he's going to call the march. He's either not going to call with me as a fake out, or calling with me and getting the Balrog within range of the whip for the shooting turn, and possibly dragging something
Immediately
into combat.
Andrew's defensive move.
That's correct.
So he called a move.
All right. Very cool. Wow.
So I think the lovely topics that I have made earlier.
So who do you get?
So he's going to probably get Duchess Cluster. Yep. And then
This shows the mastery of Liam, knowing when to call the march, having that captain hidden in the back there, in the pocket, ready to jump out and drag the Balrog with him.
Also interesting, I don't know if those on stream what the offhand comment from Andrew, that he actually, when he charges combat, made sure that he left enough space to get us out.
Correct. Yeah.
So he's saying that he left some pockets open, so he a couple of lanes there in case he needed to get stuff out just in case. And it's obviously paid off now that he's not put in bog, kind of a gross position.
That's right.
So that was going to get out of the way.
It's a pleasure to watch these two players duke it out. A true battle of wits. All right. The defensive move has activated, and he's pulling back his Wog Riders. And in the words of Carly, that's a beautiful disengage.
Textbook fan formation there.
Mm-hmm.
This guy out. I have one. Five. Just want to make sure that's well. Pretty sure it's more checked over than before.
3 points.
Oh, okay. Close.
Our very wide berth is surprisingly quick with its free heroic combat.
Correct. So as soon as the Balrog catches a Wog Rider or someone with his whip, it's going to be very, very nasty because with the heroic combats he can gain a lot of distance.
That's here. So we need to pull them back. That's at the range. They've all got comfortable movement to do all this stuff, so again, it's a range. That is can we do it?
All right, let's dial into the audio.
Okay. That is everyone who's covered by that heroic move. Let me check that last open 6. He's going to check the forward a tiny bit.
The answer is hopefully.
No, not quite. Okay.
Look at this position. Just skirting right on the outside of the
normal movements.
that range.
Take away.
Definitely leave.
So everything from here.
Open for like a heroic move. Turn.
Mm-hmm.
Catch them.
Yep.
But just at the skirting the edge of safety there.
So that's left.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then everything that way.
All right. He's just checking what has moved, what hasn't moved. And now he's deciding to see how far he can move with his Balrog. Secondary objectives is ambush for both sides, which is basically kill points. You get a point up to 3 for every 20% of the enemy force that you slay. We've got protection of valor with Liam, meaning keeping his heroes alive. Every hero gives you a point up to 3, and then rally to me for Andrew Coleman. Basically keeping the general, staying unbroken, and keeping a banner alive, I believe, is the objective there.
So he has to go first.
And your ban on to.
All right, we might have a quick interruption of the stream while we switch over to a different phone for tethering.
Run to somewhere else.
Uh,
So we're just going, watching networks here. Back. Fine. May give us a out here.
Yeah, you can. In leave March. I don't know, I believe it's
No, I've got so because it's once per phase you can benefit from the thing.
Yep. Yeah, you can't tell them any move phase. Yeah, you're clear for combat. Okay, no problem. Cool.
John wants to charge.
So these guys are 5.
all right, we're back on, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the interruption there. Just had to swap over to a different phone for the
I've used
upload.
up like 12 gigs of my data. I need to save some because my plan just started.
All right, we should be back live at the moment. All right, we should be good. Looking, yeah, green across the board. Let us know if you can hear us and getting clear visuals in the chat. Great, thanks for that, Death 1942. Man, you've been here with us all day. Shout out to Death 1942. Staying strong for our event here. Thank you.
I've learned something now.
What's that?
Don't go that casual view of input models. So I've never got to this point where things set pops up. It's never ever game. It's like, do something. Come on back. It's like, oh, we'll just scroll up. Oh, wait a minute. So what happens when you play Okamo?
All right, looks like the battle lines are swinging round. We're getting a bit of a repeat of the third game with Jack versus John, where the battle lines are kind of raging across this pivot in the middle here. So the Balrog is zooming forward with their march.
Searching for Beast of Shadow and Flame.
Yes.
I believe the Ice Balrog was actual.
Sorry, what was that?
The Ice Balrog.
Oh, yeah. No, it is an unreleased. Yes.
Like maybe it's just early model of early concept art.
No, there are models in circulation.
Oh, I meant in the piece.
Oh, right.
Like they thought about it and they went with. Oh.
Possibly. I think it's one of those things where sculptors were just given a lot of liberty of just kind of sculpting whatever they liked, you know, especially when you're the Perry brothers.
Imagine that on a.
The alternate ice Balrog sculpt. Look, that would take the Balrog sculpts up to 3. You know, you've got the old metal wing one, and you've got the current plastic one, and then you have the ice Balrog. That'll be very cool, and actually would match with a you know, a first stage type thing, type universe. All right, looks like Liam is surging forward with the Balrog leading the charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is very indicative of two really, you know, savvy players. They're really doing battle in the repositioning of the game. Oh, okay. Balrog is in range for his little whip. So, all right, it's exciting stuff. Look, I think it's about turn 4. at the moment. And we've got about an hour and 16 minutes
About
to go.
halfway through the game.
Yeah. So we're probably going to get a lot of action in the next 2 turns.
It's if things weren't already hot, bro, they're gonna get so hot. Getting hot in here. Don't follow that up.
Hello, Joe Baker. Nice to see a
Oh, hey, Joe.
long time community
I
member.
haven't spoken to you in a couple of days.
Yeah, we have not seen you at an event for a while. Yeah, that's right, Death 1942. Yeah, we've got Adam in the chat as well.
No, he hasn't shot yet.
No, it's
Coming up.
still the movement phase.
Charlie hiding down behind the statue over there.
Yeah.
All the 6 flash up there for
Yep.
it, and he's like, I can die.
That's right. All right. The Warg Rider is going in. Yep, that's right. That is a possibility. So he's got to be really careful here to stay outside of that whip range. Now the whip range is just like a throwing spear. It is 8 inches.
Pretty long.
It's very long. So just as long as his throwing weapons as well. Throwing spears.
That's almost being cavalry mark.
Um,
Alright, sorry about that. I think I was just dropping out a little bit there.
Righty. Oh, he's maybe opting for a aggressive play rather than a defensive play. So at the previous turn, he did not get the heroic combats with his heroes, but this turn, let's have a check with our handy dandy banana pointer whether if
Not
there
at
are
this
any
stage, there's
heroes.
nothing in there into those combats, so it's 3 goblins, each one charged by a Warg Rider, and then the dead pile we have 3 goblins and 1 captain.
Yeah, is there a Warg Rider captain in there?
I don't believe so. No, he's just chilling over there.
Okay, no, so no big heroes from what we can tell in that little blob of fights at the bottom.
I walked over there, banana in hand, ready to point.
Yeah. Also, we just have to keep in mind for ourselves, anyways, the chat is actually a little bit delayed, so they don't actually see exactly what we see until a couple of seconds later.
That is true.
Yep.
You can nuke the delay if you wanted to.
Yeah, we could do that. All right, Coleman is deciding what to do, and he's chosen to disengage.
It's almost like high stakes chess, you know. You just kind of imagine little sound clock.
Very much so.
So just Coleman picking out where the captain was there, or one of them.
Yep. 1 of 4.
So far, only 3 goblins and a goblin captain down for the count. That's very good.
Yeah. Well, he did have to burn the heroic combat to get that off.
We're currently playing up at Archon Games.
Yes.
In
Cat-Eye.
Cat-Eye.
Yes.
About an hour's drive from Sydney here.
Mm-hmm.
One of the stalwarts of the Lord of the Rings community here in New South Wales, Andrew Miller, owns a game store.
Yep.
Game store's here, so
Yeah, check him out.
graciously hosted us.
Yeah, I think they're on Facebook as well, so check them out. Archon Games. That's Gamez.
Yes.
Yes.
Had to spell that out in my head as well.
All right, it's getting a little bit chilly here. Looks like Scott is putting on his jumper. Yes, that's right. All right, looking at stream here. All right, Coleman is diving deep on that top side there and really maintaining that board control. So with the barrel pushing forward, he's allowed some of the wall riders to go for that back line.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen in.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that is my movement. My friend, it's your shooting.
Moving into the shooting phase for the goblins.
Mhm.
I was almost going to say good, but the goblins are very
Yeah.
clearly evil.
Yes.
Shot Gandalf.
Here,
What's more evil than that?
we're going to go
That's right.
3 clear shots into the captures.
Whoa, big roll.
That's
2 hits.
2 hits.
Up or down.
Last one, up or down. Goes down.
Going to the Warg.
Yes.
Gets the Warg.
That's
Big
a
roll.
So around it for him. Sounds good.
That's the second one.
That's a big roll.
Him, nothing.
Yep.
1 shot with an indoor.
It's not for him, so
Yeah,
it's,
it is.
it's
Andrew just fixing a dismount. As is the standard for all good tournaments, you are expected to have dismounts that are painted to match your army.
correct. And I know Bob Machine, he loves making sure that his dismounts match exactly to the rider. So each rider is a unique model, and the dismount is the matching one as well. So,
That is a level of hobby dedication that is...
well, he is the hobby machine.
Yeah, that is outstanding. I believe you can follow him on
Instagram.
Instagram at Hobby Machine.
So, let's do it. Hits.
yeah.
In the way.
Hits you. Do you kill yourself?
With a +1.
Thank you, Unitary Eagle 6. Thanks for joining us.
Not slain, so he has to get that.
Yeah, okay, well, but there goes that combat, I guess.
Alright.
Then the Spectre fighting a guy in spear, I guess.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Alright, switching over to Coleman's shooting phase.
because that seems... So it's not
yeah.
totally ridiculous.
What's your fight?
Do you high five?
The green will fight.
Right, yeah.
6.
Yes, you?
Alright, we got some combats here.
Green will fight. All right. Now let's have some fun over here, right?
Yes. Okay. Actually, yeah.
So 1-1.
Yep.
I'm gonna shoot.
So
Alright.
barrel range.
Bang that drum.
Alright, the drum banner did give him the win on that combat there. Pretty big. Oh, banner reroll for a 4 high on some
First
goblins.
strike on one rider. We'll get it.
Oh, and down he goes.
Okay.
Okay. Priority. Every time I go to sit down, I immediately stand up.
It's mine again. I don't
Priority.
know lost the priority so far.
Going.
Liam has
Again?
one priority
Too
yet
evil.
again.
Yeah.
I've got.
So this is really
I'm
tricky for
playing a
Liam.
good game to be 3 turns in a row with that priority.
Yeah, look, but he is the cavalry player, and cavalry player generally wants to lose that priority, so that he always sees where the infantry player is moving, so he can leverage the advantage of his mobility. But it's, the clock is ticking. The closer Norman gets, the riskier that's going to be. Because if he starts losing key priorities while he's within striking range of the infantry, or too many infantry, he might get stuck and bogged down. Alright, Liam is in the think tank. Alright, we got a request for a quick resource update. Do we want to get a quick white will check?
I'll do a quick scan. I'll come back.
Alright, our roving media guy, Scott, is going to go have a look.
Outside of 1 inch of him. Yep. Spargo.
No worries, Skeeter. That's coming in hot.
I said, oh, no, wait, I won't. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm going to whip on the way in. Hits on 3.
Well, moves on something ridiculous. That will do it, yeah. So assuming you get then completing the other one?
Yeah. So I said I was going to whip that one first.
Alright, looks like Balrog has whipped and
Oh, it's raining. Hello.
gone for some combat.
Stack.
All right.
Dice next to those ones that you charge. So one there.
Actually.
Alright, we've got the arrival of Scott here. He is going to give us an update on the latest resource, Might Will Fate of both sides.
I'm feeling a bit naked.
Right, so for Andrew and Angmar, Gulliver is on full. The Witch King has spent 1 might, and 5 will. Captain has spent 1 might, so Gulliver at 4 might. Captain with 1 might left and 5 will, so he should have 9 will left. The Balrog has spent 2. One of Golden Captains is dead, and 1 might.
Oh, across the board.
Pretty well resourced table.
Yeah, so that leaves him with, what is it, 5 might on the board?
Yeah, 5. Andrew's 5. 6.
Yeah, reserving Gulliver's might points is going to be pretty key for those late game plays.
Making sure he wins those fights.
That's right.
Broke defense Balrog.
Correct. If he, unlucky, he's unlucky enough to get in combat with the Balrog.
Tune into
No, play more left than that, yeah. Like you do more thinking than me than I'm winning.
So if I move these
chill.
guys here,
Rain.
okay, outside 12.
For yeah. Double check for it. Probably just let's go that thing there, so you are clear there.
Eric's finding ants all over his laptop.
Yep,
no.
I have discovered an ant on my laptop, so If the stream suddenly dies, it's probably because I threw it in a bin.
So there we go. Okay.
Yeah, I can imagine so. There still we go.
Bit of
Alright,
rule checking here going on, making sure.
yeah, both players are key.
Coleman checking out the weather.
I love it.
Yeah, everyone recognises the bomb rain radar.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, well, that's looking pretty.
Pretty
Anyone who
gnarly.
gets their rain radars for anywhere else?
Yeah, they're second rate imposter radar. Yeah.
Yeah, the weather is getting pretty gnarly out here, so hopefully our drive back will be uneventful.
Oh no, I'm supposed to go for a bike ride in the morning with Tom. Apparently wet.
The Barrack was engaged. He did kill his target. Let's just double check whether the Balrog is actually in combat right now.
Have to step that one. Balrog has nothing near it.
Yeah, not yet
Kinda
anyway.
just-
Yeah, he's just like slow.
Oh,
Oh, he's into a fight, is he?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
That's better.
Oh, he's into a Deadmar Spectre.
all right.
This is the
Wow.
one when you play all cavalry, and you just let your infantry models wander up because you're not used to playing infantry models, and you realize, they can't run away fast enough.
Oh, true, yeah. Yeah, the one weak point has been identified. Done. Done.
There. There. Let's see.
That's a 12 AC. Yeah.
All right, we got a pretty careful movement phase coming in
Alright.
from Liam.
Alrighty.
These four will stay still. There.
Game of millimeters, guys. Right, so he's opted to move half with some of his archers.
That's the last one.
How are we going for time? I think it might be close to the 1 hour mark here.
So let's get a time check. We've got
Just under 1 hour, guys. 58 minutes.
I know you're inside 12, I'm just doing it.
I think you actually will get this guy inside 12. There's no
Yeah. Okay, so.
Live. Yeah. We're just talking about a fat thunderstorm that's coming through. Legitimately discussing a convoy here on how to get home in case somebody dies.
Yep.
I know because he's
All right.
currently there.
Some tight plays happening here.
Yeah, he'll still be outside.
So making sure both players understand where things are.
What they're planning on doing as well.
So the Luton's going to need to get within 12 with me. We'll see how that is in a second. So 12 inches he'll need to be here. So he's going to run up. 4 inches required. I'll move this guy away just to make life easy.
Sure.
Just there. So he's going to move up 4 inches.
Yep.
He's then going to spend. So on this one.
You're currently on 10 by my count.
That's minus. Well, hang on.
Was I not for the last set?
I currently have myself on 9.
You did 2. You're in combat. You cast.
1 dice and mobilize. And a 1 dice back down.
Oh, 1 dice back down.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Both players checking each other.
Yeah, very interesting. As you can see there on Liam's notepad, he actually has both his army and his opponent's. It's almost like a double book kick.
That's right.
Counter view, where he checks off and makes sure that he's got the accurate track as well there.
All right. It looks like he's got a big spell off.
Yep. Is this one not March? It's not.
This is not.
Right.
Ooh,
Oh, big
Put
resist.
that one back on.
Alright, okay.
Wow. Liam showing you
How to resist magic.
how to resist magic
How
as
to-
a little
How
goblin
to
captain
resist magic.
Okay, is that fine? Not to worry. We'll try again
with
later.
great willpower and
God,
great
I wish I could
concentration.
resist magic like that. Every time I come up against like any magic, Dane just falls off his pig transfixed or paralyzed. Just slides off. Eyes glaze over. Durin resists pretty well. He's
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's tight.
Mm-hmm. I don't mean he's actually here though.
That's true, yeah, okay, yeah. So you would be okay. Yeah, so it's gonna go back to full 6. Actually, so all good. Alright. Nah, that was my hope. Pull off that time. So where's next time?
We're in the final 55 minutes of the game,
So where will I shoot him? I know that happened in there.
and I think combat is about to happen in the next couple of turns as well, or a big melee anyway. At the moment, both players are still dancing around each other, going for the key kills here and there.
Yep.
6.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna get to all this part anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Uh-huh.
Let me kind of go that way. Cool. No space. Not need to right.
What do you mean I can't crush my own goblins? I was just step over them.
And
Wrong type.
your turn?
Wrong
Use
mountain.
Oh,
my whip pistol.
Yeah, so I don't need to worry about that either. So good luck next to it. So he's gonna go in a place where
I couldn't use it like at the moment anyway. Like even if you were like there.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. So he's gonna go on that side.
Mhm.
Clear all them in if you heroic move or whatever else. Keep the close focus open space. None close enough to challenge. Yeah. And so yeah, no one can be able to take the next step. So he's gonna continue looming because that's fun. And makes it good. 2 inches across to there. Remaining 7. So I'm gonna go slightly this way.
Yep.
So the angle is that way. Okay.
Beautiful.
So let's
Righty.
run. It's done. Bye. Here. Let's do it. I forgot to shoot last time. It's okay. So I was going to move. Action. Inch to there? No.
Surely I did. That's fine.
What's that?
Sorry. It's like surely I moved those people.
What's the those ones?
No, those ones. It's fine.
Yes,
sure.
I'm pretty sure you did. Yeah, you did. You
Because
did.
they came there
Yeah,
and then they
yeah, they all moved. Yeah, they all moved.
I was like, surely I couldn't have done that.
Yeah. Surely no one could ever leave 2 models of a 14 model army off the table. Done that twice, actually.
You still won one of those games, didn't you?
Yeah. Very close in the other one as well. I don't think about it. Still been out there, yes.
Alright, looks like Andrew Coleman is choosing to once again disengage,
Anyways.
Yep.
falling back away from the Balrog.
Yep.
So I've just
Oh, hello. Hello.
9 hours later. It's 4 games today.
Yeah, Rolly Errol. Yes, this is a one-day event. We had 4 games, each game going for 2 hours and a bit.
This is the finals of another event. So we had 5 heats around New South Wales.
Correct.
So this is actually the top 3 tables from each heat.
Currently.
Got to come to this event, top 4 tables of each heat.
How far is that
Plus
now,
a
let me ask you?
TO's choice.
Yeah, so we had 16 players across those heats coming in, plus some invites to play at this finals masters, and we are actually witnessing the
A 6-inch
final top table as
This
well.
is for first and second.
Correct.
It will be for the winner and the best loser.
Yes, correct. The first loser.
Yeah. Best is something, right?
Yeah.
Just out. By skin
Oh,
of my
right,
teeth.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
by the skin of my teeth. Not
Ooh.
planned at all. That could be no bad. Yeah. He's going to go through the archway into there. By the skin of my teeth.
Alright,
That
we
was
are
it.
about 15 minutes away from time.
The game is 2 hours 20 minutes, so
Yep.
it's been going on for about an hour and a half now.
Yep.
We are into, I think, turn 6.
Correct?
Yep, that.
Shooting?
Both sides are reasonably well resourced still. We're probably about 50%
These guys?
of their overall resources in terms of might, will, fate.
Attention.
Wounds on a lot of them is pretty good. We've only lost a Goblin Captain, I believe, so far.
Very honest.
But we're starting very much to get to the pointy end of the mission. The mission is Clash by Moonlight. And for those who aren't familiar what the secondaries are, in Masters, elected to choose some of the 40k style mission objectives. So,
Are they?
for example, ambushes, if you wipe out 60% of your opponent's army, every 20% you get a victory point.
Whatever that is.
And Rally to Me is keeping your hero and banners alive.
Yep.
Check.
Protection of the Valor is keeping 3 heroes alive at the end of the game. These secondaries don't contribute to overall winning. They're used to determine tiebreakers and also your VP going to next pairing. So,
Nice.
in this particular matchup,
Alright.
they both acknowledge that the secondaries won't do a huge amount unless they tie.
Correct.
So it's like that. All they moved. Nope. The bowman behind them. Yes.
Yep.
Does he wound? He does. Hey.
Starting instruction.
So he's going. Hold on.
Alright. I think some shooting knocked off the Goblin up north there.
A bow shot here. Come up the
Great.
back, I don't know.
Thanks for joining us in the chat there, Rolliero. Rollo. There we go. Rollo. That's how you say it.
Nickname rolls right off the tongue. Hey.
Hey. Alright, thanks for joining us from all the way in the UK. Stay safe, guys.
You're not falling
Yeah.
Yeah. And
How's
happy-
your hobby going? I mean, lockdown's pretty hardcore, but
I don't have to.
any plans for the lockdown for the new Lord of the Rings army, perhaps?
Here's the battle logs.
There you go.
Yeah, battle log actually rolled a 6. So battle log's not going to be able to hit anything else this turn. So I'm going to go for a rend, I guess. There's no.
Sure. Make you feel good.
Going for a rend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
explosion.
Gets it on a 6. Is that a 6? That is.
Pop
Yep.
back onto the hill. And
I think 3's the wind as well.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know, it's only
Yeah.
it's one dice roll away from being a 2. You know what's feral? That Kazad card, like Earth Guard, a
Oh.
3 is rerolling 1s.
Oh, yes.
So sick.
Alright, the free hero combat is going
How
off.
far is the Witch King away, sorry?
He is going to gain a lot of distance in this combat phase.
Witch King at some mad range there from the Balrog, making sure that's out.
Because it's you are half height, what's the deal with that? I just wonder.
Balrog moving his there. Trying to ET something into combat, probably.
Yeah, for that following turn.
And then all these guys.
Andrew Coleman is very much keeping away from that Balrog.
This is most certainly a game of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
it is very tempting to charge in. It is also very tempting to just get a bit risky because as the game starts, as time starts to pressure on. But most certainly, the stay away, play the game perfectly. It's what will crown the master here.
That and a well-balanced list.
Thank you for the follow there,
I think neither of
Lockie,
you have well balanced this.
Unitary, and Lesser Linux. Thank you for the follow, and hopefully we'll be getting more content to you guys in the future.
So I'm going to go here.
Neither of these listed dwarves, therefore,
they're not
unbalanced.
doing six. They're not.
Dwarves number 1!
Yeah. This one first.
For those that have been with us all day, you'll notice that there is a strong leaning towards dwarves with Scott.
1-on-1 again.
Yep.
Well, let's be fair. You do play dwarves yourself. You,
Yes,
you
I do.
have Balance and Floy Army.
I don't with the reroll.
Yeah. 2 wounds.
And then 1-2.
Yep.
Looks like Rollia Rollo has 1,000-point army planned for Throne of Skulls. So it looks like in the first Dogland period, snuck in a one-weekend tournament and play some tabletop sim.
Man, I really wished we had 1,000 points tournaments down here. We do have them in Victoria, but they're not super common.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
Look, you know, it's not out of the picture. It could happen.
What army were you working on before it all happened?
Yeah, what's that 1,000-point army?
Should be 5.5. Yeah, looks like more than 6. But yeah, pretty much.
All right. Looks like Balrog is
So if I go
doing some pre-measuring.
Sneaky plays here. Cheeky Balrog plays.
Chippy Balrog plays.
we've had the Goblin King clapping. Never got the Balrog.
Do you want to get your infantry model? Just pop it on the train.
Right, just checking some control zones and base hitting zones.
Okay.
Oh, I think
So sick.
Scott is
So sick.
instantly.
Instantly, I'm there.
So he's got Durin with Hearthguard, King's Champion, Vault on teams, allied with Galadriel and Elves. Look, yeah, I definitely agree with this. This
I
team.
like it.
Yeah, yep. Galadriel definitely did pass through Khazad-dûm multiple times, I think, in the Second Age. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, well, it was a well-known elven trading route, right? Because I can't remember the name of the elven realm on the west end of Moria, but that's where the gates came from.
yes, that was the realm where Celebrimbor hung out and made the door. I think is that Celebrimbor?
Because at the moment we'll be within.
I
Should
don't think it was Celebrimbor, it was
Mighty
somebody else.
goblins.
Yeah, Eregia.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a sick army. I like it. And it's also sick because, you know, the issue Galadriel often has is, yeah, like Conte's a champion, she's not really a fighter, so she kind of gets memed on very hard. So having Durin is, he is a fighter and he will do the miming.
All right, I just got a fact check here. Yes, the doors of Durin were made by Celebrimbor.
Ah, huge.
Yeah.
Huge news.
And the dwarf Navi.
Yeah, and not just the dwarf Navi, his friend Navi.
Oh yes. Yep, Angmar here. Interesting. Getting some monsters.
Yeah, look, I do like the idea of Gwahi, the mobile flying ambulance. Galadriel's
Mirror.
mirror,
Yeah,
because
you
he can
could
carry it
technically
around
just
and
carry the mirror. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
and
right.
just keep giving himself free fate. So, you know, Gwahi the ambulance is a thing.
So he might be able to reach some of them no matter where.
All right, let's dial back into this game here.
Sorry, you're gonna flood the rolls. So you're gonna flood the rolls. It's fine.
All right, the Balrog has really died for that bottom half of the board, and Gulliver has actually finally popped out and is going to try and pick off those straggling goblins.
Is that in?
Yeah, well, you know, it makes I wonder if it's a bait play.
If you move him,
The Balrog is pretty far away, but you know he can get that reasonably quickly.
That's right. But then again, the goal of this mission is to kill some heroes and have your heroes stay alive.
They are. I think they're approaching the 45-minute mark. Let's have a quick check on time here.
Yep.
We've just passed 45 minutes, guys. We're on 42.
Okay. Yep.
Correct.
Yeah, that is correct. I'll have to check again, but I don't believe the Balrog's taken any wounds, nor has the Witch King. And no other heroes besides the one Goblin Captain
That is correct.
died.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
Certainly very tight game, very conservative, but not conservative in the way that you would expect to be hiding. It's very precise and small moments just kills.
Yeah, well, definitely. I think that's the name of the game, especially at this at a top table. There's no room for errors here.
Up again.
Oh.
I just had a horrifying thought. We got to carry all our gear back to the car
In the rain.
in the rain.
Nah, I think you can drive your car closer to
Singing in the rain.
Or
I think
drive
you just leave it here. It lives here now.
here. Do you know what I thought when I pulled up Google Maps this morning to see where we're going? I'm like, wow, that feeling when New South Wales Masters isn't in New South Wales anymore.
Hey, surely some part of Wolf's going to be
Yeah.
Wales.
I was like, how far?
I'm sorry, what?
Alright,
Alright, they're all set?
bring it.
Alright, here we go. So, before I forget, I'm going to move things to do with your drum. Because otherwise I forget. So I'm going to get, I might get you to move the page, so that's good. Yeah. Here we go, yeah, this way. Taking the
Yeah, so
long-
I think
long
the score's right. 3-0 Angmar. At
Currently.
this stage, yeah.
Yeah.
and
Does the
say-
drum count
Yeah, it's
as
not
a
like
banner
that
for
drum is
VP?
doing a hell of a lot.
From memory, let's just double check. There was a mention in the book.
Where'd my match playbook go? Look at that.
Let's double check the. Believe there is a rule in the Legendary Legion that specifically addresses this.
Yeah, I think Rolly Rollo agrees with you on that one, or rather has put you on that path.
Look, yep, drums in the deep.
You're allowed to roll more of those.
The drum will count as a banner for the purposes of victory points in scenarios that award victory points for having a banner left alive. So yes, it does. The other question I would ask is, does it count, not in this situation, but secondaries, would that count as well?
Yeah, so in Clash by Moonlight, the banner doesn't actually count for VP, so kind of a moot point whether it's alive or dead. However, it will matter in a secondary only for Andrew. In Rally to Me, he had to keep his own banner alive. So since he didn't choose to eradicate the enemy banner, it will not be any VP alive or dead.
Yeah.
So that said, probably a good strategic reason to take out a table-wide banner.
Yes, correct.
That is so good, a table-wide banner.
And a Warhorn.
It
And
is
a Harbinger.
so good. Can I have one of those?
It's excellent. And I believe the Goblin Drum is actually 25 points less in the Quest of the Ring Bearer book compared to the armies of Lord of the Rings.
You want to hear some real wish listing?
Alright.
You're like, oh no, already he's pinched his nose.
Yes. Here we go.
Lord of the Rings reveal tonight. Bombor and his horn.
Mhm.
It's a table-wide banner. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yep.
I'll take it too.
Yeah, Liam.
Yeah.
Liam agrees.
Everyone else, bye. No, thank you.
Alright, we've got a bunch of shooting primed
Okay.
for Liam, including the Balrog.
So Liam uses dice here to denote which models I believe are going to be shooting,
Yep.
so he knows, so he doesn't forget, and he doesn't miss anything.
Yep, and I think the red dice are to denote cavalry charges as well.
I'm just gonna make a reference.
Possibly.
Here.
I'm not too sure on
Space
that, but
Can you
oh
go
no, he's just
into-
checking range there.
You comfortable with him doing something like that?
Alrighty. So
Into which ones?
Those two.
If he's got
Gulliver
the room to
is
get to
going
there,
straight in.
Yep, you can probably get to those three. You can't reach them. I'm saying you can't reach them. This is if I were to call home combat and be successful. Okay, look,
Could you physically land?
that's right. That's
Yes.
yeah. Now. Okay,
So you're going for those two, or you're trying to get three?
I'd be going for those two because one of them.
Yes. You can hit those two.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's gonna go by assigning these two. So when you try to shoot me, you can only knock one out. So he's gonna charge these two goblins here.
Yeah, no worries.
So you're
Uh,
get in here.
He's gonna shift. He's gonna fall over. So I'm just gonna pop him in, but he's fighting those two.
Yeah.
Alright guys, Eric, this is Eric. I'm just going to sign off for a bit. I'm going to get Chris Todd to take my place for a couple of minutes. Yeah, enjoy the stream, guys.
Okay, that's good. We will try and save our dear friend.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend one will on the Witch King to an attempt to immobilize. Yeah.
So Chris, you were playing today in Masters. How did you go? What did you play? You played the Mumak and 18 Riders in your game one. How'd you go?
Yeah. I did quite well today, actually.
Yeah?
Much better than I thought I would.
Yeah? How'd you think you would go?
So, I kind of walked into this event expecting to go 4.
That's a lie.
And I was lucky enough to actually win my first and my last game.
Well, it's on a 5.
Yeah, right. So
It's
two,
coming
two, pretty good.
2-2.
Yeah.
That's what I was wanting.
I mean, it's,
Yeah,
I'm
what was-
really happy with it.
What was your last game against?
My last game just then was against Dan, who was on the stream and he's Isaac.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd that go?
The Mumuk reached the crossbows.
Oh, oh
then-
no.
To be fair, Sarmon was in a combat with the Mumuk. I called a challenge. Sarmon said yes.
That movie
And then
was
rolled
Netflix, so-
Sad trumpet net noises ensue. Oh, look at here, Andrew, fighting away from the barrel yet again.
Currently immobilized. Just got immobilized.
Oh, I just got immobilized. Excellent.
Oh,
Big plays.
2, 3, 2, 4. The resist.
Where are your sixes now, Liam? Fresh out of hot dice.
Hey man, can I bomb some 6s?
Yeah.
Can I
how has
borrow
this game
a
gone so
feeling?
far?
It's very close. So this game has had not a huge amount of casualties. Both sides are very well resourced. We're starting to pass that halfway mark on resourcing now. Last time we did a quick check, there were 5 and 6 might on the table respectively, out of maybe 8 might total,
Yeah, a very conservative.
and that was probably only 20 minutes ago. So it's been a very close game. I think both sides are obviously very good players to get to the spot where they are. Out of a field of almost 80 players, gets the top table is a tall order. So most certainly it's been very close. Yeah.
This guy's gonna move.
See Gully trying to sneak in there with all this moving now. I think it's turn 7 big
That
phase.
makes me sad.
Sorry, Liam.
Cool.
That's okay. It's a game. How'd you go with it now?
So,
There
yeah.
are.
Interesting position at the moment.
Yeah, it's very much skirting around the Balrog. Finally moved down from the north to the south here in the last couple of turns, trying to push a different direction, doing a bit of bullying. They're currently on 34 minutes left, so we are most certainly getting towards the bottom end of the game. The game is 2 hours 20 minutes.
One
Yeah,
hit.
definitely.
hits.
Yeah.
In the way. Goes through.
Yeah.
Up or down. Goes up.
Real sharp. 5, something.
6.
Oh, okay, yeah.
5. 6.
That's a wound on the Witch King. Okay.
Well, yeah, currently the
That's been a pay point.
Now.
Okay.
yeah, Angmar's managed to knock off a Moria Goblin captain, which gives them the flat 3 since none of the Angmar heroes are down. So
You don't want to spend another page to kill us?
I can spend 6 mil if you like.
yeah, absolutely,
I mean, that,
definitely put a lot of pressure on there
So
to
these two
try and
can't
catch him
even
in.
him. We're just going to go 2 shots with an in the way to
Yeah,
Gully.
into that combat, yep. Good.
Double miss.
This shot,
Yep.
we're going to
To
go
be
for
fair,
another
it is
wound
Goblin
on the
shooting.
Witch
Yeah,
King.
wow.
Goblin and Orc shooting respectively. You're not expecting greatness here.
Or the rock or anything.
Once again, for our international viewers in Australia, we do
Is it true?
line of sight. It might be different in different areas of the world, but the model must be able to physically draw a line of sight from the model to another model in order to shoot it. And if parts of the model are obscured up to 50%, then it isn't in the way.
Yeah.
Who's Destiny?
Yeah, yeah.
And there is no grace for like silhouettes or circular or infinite base size heights.
I think that's the one.
It is
spending-
does the model
I don't think the-
causing in the way? Does it see it or does it not?
I've got a couple
It
shots. I'm gonna
causes
do the
much
2
less
here and
arguments,
that's
but often will cause more.
can you just make sure they put
It's
out
also
the
very
stream back on
satisfying when you do plink off that shot through a
One of them will
sneaky
one.
like corridor that someone's left. Like, oh, there's a shield support all the way to the back here that I can just see clearly.
The one
It is a
the
very
one-
nice feeling,
Yes.
especially if you get a shot that gets a couple of in the ways of
against him,
combats
we're
out of
gonna
the
against the
fights.
two goblins over there.
It's right into that horse on a hero.
So you say that, and I'm like, I don't know what that feels like playing nothing but dwarves. I've never been able to shoot through combat. Yeah, it's interesting actually. We had Kylie, who is actually the Middle Earth champion here in Streamer, and she's from Melbourne, but unfortunately Melbourne couldn't make it to our Masters this year. due to spicy cough and border lockdowns. So they were left.
Is that the official government release?
Yeah, look, I believe so. I think that I saw a press release about the spicy cough shutting borders, but hey,
That makes sense. Yeah.
I can't read, so
I can only read Crystal. Hey.
that's right. I can only read Clinkeroon, right?
I can understand the za za za,
Yeah.
but that was about it. Hey. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, going for spin there and then spin there.
Okay.
So Andrew's still shooting in
Okay.
combats
they're
here.
all done. Combats. Pro combat all done.
So it seems we're moving into the combat phase now.
Let's do it.
Great question there, Roll. So in terms of the scene, it's probably the most robust in Melbourne than Sydney. I think Melbourne probably takes the cake in terms of just sheer number of players. It's probably a little bit more active than Sydney, but Sydney's very active. We've probably got a good... Sydney's not a very large city in terms of geographic spread. It might seem pretty big, but you compare it to like London,
Okay, first strike.
nowhere near that size.
Yeah.
But there's probably about 4 or 5 major Lord of the Rings clubs, each respectively covering a region here in Sydney. I can't comment too much about Melbourne. Adelaide does have an active scene, but it's mostly located around the city centre. Adelaide's a lovely city to live in. I would personally prefer to live there, but if you're not in healthcare, it can be a bit tricky to kind of base yourself out of there.
Yeah.
First strikes on the captain.
I just made a big correct comment.
It's 1 wound.
Maybe want to try.
That's for defense 6, strength 8. That's 3 wounds.
It's on 6. It does need 3. You get.
Yep.
So you get 1 more set of strikes on the other dude.
Oh,
Five.
Yeah.
Is any 4 attacks on the judge?
5.
Gulliver's made it in.
Yeah, but I mean, so
What's
you
the
still have
charge?
attacks
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Rolling big fat strikes. Good lord.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Okay.
Gulliver getting in. And to follow up on your question as well, Brisbane does have a huge Lord of the Rings scene. You can check out Zorp Gaming on YouTube. Lachlan there has done a great job growing the Lord of the Rings community up there. They're in, I think it's like just the southern part of Brisbane, but it is huge and off chops up there.
Yeah.
First wound is right, second wound is right.
Yep, go 1. Do I
Gold
do my
Coast
1?
itself, I'm not actually sure
I do
what
not.
the scene is around that sort of region.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to say. There is a Queensland, like each of the states have their own Facebook group,
Same roll.
so they're definitely active enough that they can support a population there.
Same roll.
Yep.
Yep, okay. Same roll.
Yep.
Yep, okay. That was consistent. Alright.
Yep.
Let's go this trapped boy here.
Yep.
And I should still be within 6 for him.
Secondary. These are some interesting secondaries that both players have
So these
chosen.
ones are big.
Do I
Ambush
want
on
you
both
with a
of them, that
6?
makes a lot of sense, I think.
Makes up for there.
Yes.
I'll go for the spin in there.
Single dice winning the fight there.
Yeah.
And wins.
Gross.
You love
And he
it when
wins
that
him.
happens
Oh,
and gets the wound. That's exactly
single Angmar.
Wild
Wild Rider.
The one on the outside here.
Turning it over.
I'll let you roll first. Oh, I can beat that.
2? Yeah, I'll
Or-
take it.
Okay.
Liam rolled a 2 there
going on the
Yeah.
Andrew's
Man,
1.
imagine these players knew how to roll into a dice tray. That
Hey,
would make this
you know.
game so much
Yeah.
more interesting.
I'll roll your dice for you.
Let's go.
I roll his dice after what I just next.
Insane.
I'm now the same fight, so the green will faint.
Yep, will do. The 5.
6.
That's yours.
We've
Big
just
Big roll.
So
Yeah,
again,
5s. Yep,
Sorry?
Yep.
I was saying big roll. With a big 5 and a 6.
Yeah, white says.
yeah. Wild the hell.
Oh yeah, we're on stream. We're gonna make sure I pick nice wilds.
Wait, we were meant to bring pretty models?
You guys have just under half an hour left.
Thank you.
No one told me.
Alright, and we still got the 2-on-1 here to do.
Probably the most models we've seen die in the game has been in this turn. It's definitely gotten very bloody very quickly.
explosive, yeah.
Yeah.
Lines have really started to wrap around a lot of different parts. So.
Big
So,
flappy chicken
I
coming in.
A lot more to kill you.
Is that Gulliver or the Baron? That's the real question.
You killed one from 2 distance as well.
So just doing a quick kill count there. I think
That
Liam's
means the
killed
priority.
4
Yeah, one might point
models
like
and
that, is that
2
So one here, and he's
mounts.
dead.
That's the goal.
And I think there's
I win it!
11
I will be
goblins down.
spending might.
Yes.
The first priority, I believe, Andrew may have won.
This is the first one the whole game I wanted to win.
very good.
That is Murphy's
Strategic,
law.
I chose to win priority.
Still skill, guys.
It's just like a Palantir.
Well, Barrow's got no one
Yeah,
here.
my dice.
So maybe that guy. In this case, let's keep running away. Slowly.
He's currently.
So I'm just gonna pull the recommended Boulevard and get.
So Boulevard goes down to 1.
Let's go.
My captain goes down.
Move being
to
called
0.
with Gulliver.
No might from
Captain
Moria anymore.
on the Moria side's going down to 0 might as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
1 might on Gulliver and 0 on the captain.
You have it all.
You are super evil.
I am the more evil. That's voted by stream.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go
And
see.
it goes,
Goes
to the evil
goes
player.
to the super evil.
Yeah.
Got one first. I'm assuming he's
This is
getting
like a Rob Zombie song now.
Yeah, so let's just do the proper measure.
Yep.
Because he's going to get up to there.
Yeah, I asked him. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense that the Balrog's more evil than the Witch King. I think the Witch King might just be misunderstood, if you understand what I mean by that. Yeah.
He was tricked into.
Yeah, it was just the prank I've been told. Yeah.
The Barrel's evil, which means it's a very naughty man.
Yes.
I've been told the Balrog is truly evil, and the Witch King is just a naughty boy. That's the quote we're going with here.
The,
To your
scene-
approved canon, right here.
the scene in this room starting to heat up as games have started to finish all over, so we're starting to get a lot of spectators coming in here. So any apologies for any feedback that we might pick up. Just trying to turn down the microphones a little bit so we don't have everyone memeing.
So I definitely need to try and get the barrel close to him. That's a no-brainer. Obviously he has to move first. So the barrel needs to go there. Those guys are back.
I'm thinking very hard about where his Balrog needs to go. You
Yeah.
see the concentration.
So he's going to come and stand on this one.
Twice.
Okay. So easy move. Balrog will come back 6 inches.
If you want to mark the dice, so he's going to finish up. If you don't,
Oh, he'll balance it.
Just
This
had a
is-
range
this is one of the
Galabar
places
there.
where he actually will balance
Yeah.
it.
Would
Hurrah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I dig that.
Could get
cheeky,
him with a
yeah,
combat.
the cheeky
Yeah.
whip.
I'm going to
I didn't even
send
think about that.
just
Cheeky whip set him on fire.
one guy.
Yeah.
Can you, because you're on the right
Has
side.
Very-
he used that ability
If
at all
this
yet?
Very
guy
cheeky, no, he
moves
hasn't,
out,
so-
it's just,
Yeah.
it's peaceful.
Gulliver has done a very good job of staying away from the Balrog here.
Yeah, and this could be the turn that really swings things.
You
So.
should be able to, yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
Very, very interesting what goes on here. Yeah. Just worried there for a moment that Gulliver might have lost his wing again. Happened apparently 3 times today.
Yeah, I believe that means he only flies half of the time.
I like to believe he's the one-winged angel,
Perfect.
Sephiroth.
One wing
in.
to fly them all.
Very good. Please stop talking.
I allow it.
I'm just going to get something up on my phone.
Yeah, no worries. Charge.
How do you have time, Scott?
Just 25 minutes or so. 23.
23 minutes.
Now it's interesting to note that
He will not ban.
Gulliver still can move away here. This is a heroic move by Liam, and there's a good chance Gully will just flap off.
He's been charged.
Oh, he's been charged. Never mind.
He has been locked down.
Locked down.
I'm just going to try and find this for you, Liam, because I'm 100%, I know it.
Yep.
I'm just going to...
Yeah, what's in your mind?
Winning this roll off really was
So,
a big
more
swing, I
charge.
think.
And...
Keeping the
more
momentum
target.
moving straight
Well, that's
through
what
the-
Might's for, right? You know, it's just for making sure your plan can work.
Yes.
Except for when
Someone
you've
can
had
say,
like
sorry.
30 Might, you're like, oh, I'm just going
In
to
that
dump 5
case,
Might to make it work.
So,
Like, oh,
for your awareness,
ridiculous.
Yep.
I would recommend...
I think that you're still
I'm
upset
gonna
about that.
Hey, we don't talk about those games.
Very good. Yes. If you wish to have more light in the game, perhaps you play something other than dwarves.
That's not happening.
I see.
I would never do that.
That's fair. Just
Oh,
like you'll never have might in games.
Yeah, get ready for tonight. It's going to be a new Dwarf Legendary Legion. Everyone's gonna have might.
As I said before, I'll give all whatever the leader is, mighty hero, but the army starts at broken because they're a dead army.
We've got about 20 minutes left, Lachlan. I think there's one Moria Goblin Captain, and that is it.
Was that a heroic move? Remind me.
That was a roll.
Okay, so
In
what's
terms of
not moved?
wounding,
Everything
nothing.
outside the dice.
Okay, so that
nothing
be
else.
the
Did
goblins
a captain
decide.
die earlier in the
These
game?
are back
Yeah,
in
there's
there.
one dead earlier,
Okay.
but I'm not sure if the second one's gone down since then.
Man, we have to go to that drum. We're coming for you.
That's okay. The game will be over by the time you touch that drum.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll have Eric to go have a look if any of the other heroes have been or killed.
They have not.
There you go.
It's the two captains.
Two captains.
Sorry. Which king only has one more plate, so I'm gonna kill it. It's fine.
Cool. So the Witch
Liam
King
talking
only has
big
one
game
plate
there.
at the moment.
Not
Yeah.
yeah. You see in the way as well. Kill a Gulliver along the way.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah, look, they're about to probably chip touch there.
Now,
They've gotten close.
I don't want to forget.
They're just trying to, like, check
happy
each
to
other
run
out.
with
It's
all
like
of
two
you.
dogs walking down the street. They've
Yeah.
seen each other, having a little gander, seeing what's
I like
what.
it.
Gulliver does have one might left.
Yes, you are correct. He could try to match on the heroic combat to dodge out from the.
Risky play.
But if it's that, or cop in the Balrog.
Balrog won't kill him in a turn.
I know you're doing the Shadow Shooting phase, by the way.
Yeah, that is true.
Is it
Additionally, he
full on?
has defense.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Very
True.
good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this guy to charge and chuck bonus to annoy him. No. There. There. Do you want to put red dice next to the ones that you've charged, so we can distinguish who is what?
Well, that's nothing else, and that's nothing else. I'll just put those over that.
Easy.
Take that dog.
Oh, I think we've
Oh,
removed
wow,
the Balrog as a
wow.
casualty there.
Didn't see that
Oh,
one.
no, he's back. Here we go.
There we go. Yep. Okay. What else have we? Let's captains out of here. You just keep moving. You're useless.
No, come back.
That's the foot captain
I
there
want you.
moving out of the
That's
building.
not bad, I mean, no. That's
Yeah,
There's one of
maybe,
the Angmar
yes.
captains.
engage with that.
So
See,
the mission
unfortunately, I
is
know what's gonna
keeping
happen.
heroes alive.
I'm going to
So-
shoot the crap out of
Yeah.
Gulliver. He is going to survive with one wound. I am then going to roll 4 dice,
Mhm.
get a 5.
Mhm.
You're going to roll 1 dice, get a
Get a
5,
six.
and you might get up to a 6.
Yeah. And then eat a story guy.
Liam
Yeah,
outlining
you
his
get
master
one
plan
wound.
here
Yeah,
to
yeah.
shoot
Oh,
Gulliver down to
yeah.
1 wound and
Okay,
then lose a
I'm
roll
gonna
off.
move to there and
That
chuck
one
it
might
away.
being key.
No.
This is the stuff that masters are made of right here.
Yes. Explaining to people what the roll will be well before the roll happens. I believe specifically it was he will need to might a 5 to a 6.
Yep.
So there won't be a might later for a combat.
I think Liam is going to sneakily set things on fire.
Snake.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, what about a Balrog is sneaky or subtle?
Well, yeah.
I believe this one even has a nice subtle name.
Which I'll
June's
roll
Bane.
1.
Yeah, right. We don't talk about that either. Wolves are number 1 on this stream forever
Yeah,
and
that's why you
always.
made it into the event, right?
Hey, you know, I actually turned down my spot,
That's true,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Moving down. That's how we roll. Back stairs. Which game? Let's move up. It's going to be 1.5 inches.
Yep.
Yeah, then 12 a barrel.
Yep.
I'm going to spend 1 will and we're going to try and mobilize you again.
This cheeky 1 will.
Yeah.
In what could be one of the last turns, you're going to roll a 6 on a cheeky 1 will.
The fire thing's active, right?
It's active, correct.
Excellent. I'm going to re-roll it with the crown. Goes off on a 3. That's the minimum required.
Oh.
Probably not great, but that's
What's our time, gentlemen?
About 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
17 minutes,
17
a little bit more.
6 will.
Oh, look at this. Goes for a time check and then an all in.
You're all in?
Yeah. So just for context, the Witcher has thrown a
Single dice transfix.
single dice transfix. He's gotten the 3 minimum required value.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
How many dice is the Balrog resisting on?
3-1.
Yeah. 3.
3
There
dice.
you go. Oh no, the Balrog has not managed to resist the transfix here. This
So this is
is
where Liam
terrible news. 2 double one, needed in 3.
Okay.
Unbelievably unfortunate.
Yeah. So,
Should have gone with the 6 dice.
yeah.
And we're not going to get one more turn after this now as well.
What do you mean?
I don't think we'll get one more turn. I should have just gone.
I think we will.
Come on, Liam.
I haven't played one, so.
No, it's okay. We'll play how it is. I should have made my decision with my decision. Okay.
That's yeah, that side. Okay, that is that.
Well, in that case, you have 5 dice.
4 you have charged me. No, you don't get an opportunity, so it's a flat 4. Still need 3s to win both of them. But there's chance to flat.
Can't believe that the odds of that happening are incredibly low.
I've had it happen to me before.
Well, that is one of those things where this is how Aragorn dies, right?
Yeah. I think the best game I played last
How
year
many
at the
you
Masters
like
event,
bring?
I was fighting a Smaug. Smaug had one wound remaining and rolled a 3 high in the combat. I had 17 dice, including 2 might on Shagrat, and inclusive of being able to might rolls up, I rolled a 3 high.
that is
I
unfortunate.
subsequently quartered and lost the game by 1 BP.
Yeah, that is most
Odds of 1 in
unfortunate odds.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take those odds.
Yeah, all right. 15 minutes remaining.
Yep.
Probably got enough time to squeeze in one quick turn at the end of this one. I think it'll be reasonable.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, game turns do tend to speed up as more things die, so
Agreed.
there's less to do and things get tied up very quickly. So I think with how close this game has been,
Shop having moved.
I think it's too early to actually
So I
even
have
call it
already
at this
done
point.
So
Yeah. It'll be a very interesting game to see
this one here is going
exactly
to
how it closes.
All in on the Balrog would have been
Is he moved?
I think to be honest it would have been I think Liam did make the right play, even though it's you don't expect to get one more turn. I think it's kind of reckless. It would have been reckless to go all in. The odds are very heavily in his favour to have made that.
Yes, especially knowing the roll needed was a 3.
Yeah,
I think perhaps even throwing 2 dice at it.
yeah,
Been the right choice.
totally. I mean, he only threw 2 well in a resistant magic. I mean, there is an argument to be made about playing for the turn that you plan on finishing in. But in the same vein, recklessness knows no limit.
I do.
Exactly that, yes.
Find out what happens soon.
There've been far too many games playing with the ringlet
Cool,
myself
so-
where I've been throwing my will way too aggressively throughout a game
There's a 5.
and got to
Doesn't matter
important
what
late
that
game
is.
parts of the game. Just
1,
couldn't
2,
actually
3,
bring
4,
the
5,
final
6,
pieces
7,
together for a
8,
win.
9.
Yep.
Dream said stop rolling badly and you'll win.
Specifically Liam.
Banner? Yep. Okay. Oh no. Hold on, before you back away, I think I'm actually going to barge and push them all so they get away the barrel.
Sure.
So I'm going to have to go 3 inches this way. So I'm not going to get all of them. So that
Yeah, no, go for it. I trust you, move.
there. Probably worth making there. Fuck away with these 2 wings.
With his
Oh,
1.5
that's
wins.
the worst.
Yeah.
He didn't spend his money.
Very good.
Oh no, Liam's just real. Yeah, Gulliver didn't spend any might.
Do you want to move the one on this side?
Gulliver still has a point of might left.
Yeah, there's no.
He's guaranteed to get that move next turn.
Correct.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Liam, I think, is out of might.
He's not going to play, so I'm going to. Actually, so I'm going to him this way. Let's just get part of this engage here for a
There's guaranteed another turn after this.
Yeah, got some like 3 inches. If you jump those together. And then a decent inch move. One inch. One goblin that was fist for it. It's charge this time. Okay. This will be fine. I'll take it with the 6 as well.
Gulliver getting the kills there.
Good turn.
Wings go across. Done that way. You can pull them out, that's fine. So I don't think I can change any traps or anything, just that one there.
I'll be
So-
same fight, so the 3 in base contact will Thank you.
Yes. You got 6 in there? Yep. I got 6. I do. Sorry, Liam.
That's okay.
You can tell
It is
the
done.
things are
You
getting
can tell
hot.
the pressure's really starting to mount here.
Particularly with everyone using white dice. They're using the stream dice.
1 so far.
So, what are you rolling for?
Can you just roll the roll off?
No.
One.
Oh, because you can fight. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Sorry. Yep. With you.
But that's still 1 wound, so it's just the right.
Yep. Okay, that's about right. 6 rounds. Get down first.
Please. 2 on your one who didn't charge.
Still plenty of time left. 11 minutes.
Yeah,
Fight
that's
baby,
definitely
come on.
enough time to squeeze in a quick turn. If
Yeah,
they're
a lot
able.
of 6s coming out from both sides here in these last final fights.
If I was them, I would have
Coming
chosen
into
to roll those
six.
6s
Yes,
earlier, but
It's coming down now to
So we've got
the fight value,
2
which
on just
hey,
the
that's how you
wild.
know how it's getting really tight.
Oh.
it seems we've always been handicapped up to a 6
No, I
by the
am
intervention of
fucking
another dice.
That's rolling off there. Dear. Goes to you? Yeah.
Super evil, getting the roll off.
Yeah,
Nope.
How's the wound?
The one that I
Barrow,
did
the
judge.
super evil.
It is.
versus
It is
the Witch King, the misunderstood.
Yeah. Well, look, we had this chat earlier that the Balrog is the lieutenant of the great evil, whereas the Witch King is the lieutenant of the lieutenant. So in the hierarchy of things, Balrog is evil.
Yeah, can you imagine being a left hand of a left hand?
Right up to you. Oh,
Well, I
there
think
we
it's more a right hand of a left hand here,
Perhaps,
Yeah.
yeah.
or right hand of a finger,
Right hand of the middle hand, who
Yeah.
knows, yeah.
of the ring finger.
John. Yep. Yours. That's everyone.
There it is.
Alrighty, let's do it. Still got some time.
So, rolling in for priority of what will likely be the final turn. We got what seems to be 10 minutes left on the clock.
Gone to
Has no mind. Sorry,
less
Liam.
evil.
That's okay.
Gone to Coleman.
Gone to the misunderstood.
Left hand with left hand.
That's
Yeah.
alright. I maintain faith the Balrog will just explode and destroy everybody.
Let's see how we do it.
He's made out of fire, of course he does. So for time we are just under 10 minutes, so 9 minutes 20 or so.
I'm going to take 2 turns.
Might be able to get a second turn in. The last turn was only 6
I
minutes.
can't see them, so it's coming around. If you want to charge me and it's not bloody when you drum, that's fine.
Anyways.
This is probably one of the most high stakes games I've watched in a very long time.
Well, that's free.
It's 2 very talented players who have honed
Absolutely.
their craft
Absolutely.
So 12 inches there.
and playing at the
Him,
end of
me,
what has been an
forward
absolute
4.5.
maelstrom an event. Going through heats
have
into 3
Five
finish
remaining,
games
but
and a
Mike,
final.
Stop check the same.
What?
For you,
Now
Michael,
all
I haven't
reaching the
said.
final point here.
7. I am in
Yeah, I think it speaks
Fox
volumes
17
about
last
both
set.
players as well. If you
Cool,
think
good,
about
so
it,
Sean the same.
a lot of people after a single game, you can be really, spent.
yeah,
You can
to
be
attempt to
mentally
remember
drained.
what I
You can be physically drained. You can
I'm
kind of
gonna
be shattered.
use-
This is the end of game 4. And every game for these two players has gotten harder as they've moved their way up the ladder. So you can just imagine that it's
It's
not
on
just a
6.
game of, being good at the game itself.
yeah,
There's
two
a
more
there's
remain, so I'm
an
gonna
endurance element
bubble
to it,
off.
and there's also
Very much so.
tenacity element as well. You know, it does take a lot out of you to play this many
Yeah.
games. Even, as some of us will know as we get older, like our backs start to hurt, standing for so long.
You start the
But there's
Yeah.
certainly all sorts there.
Yeah.
two options.
Six, I used. Goblin. Green and freebie.
Okay. But in case.
Leaves me on 1.
Bulwar's going to charge that captain from the far side.
And that captain? Yeah.
Gulliver going for another hero to kill, going for a Moria captain here as opposed to the Barrog.
Has the Balrog been transfixed?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, the Balrog
Again.
has been
That's
transfixed.
the resist.
Another resist. What did you need to match?
6.
Oh,
6, and he's rolled a
Fat
3 on
six,
the
yeah.
high there. I believe that is the final point of Will blown on the Balrog.
one left.
One
One,
in the
one
tank.
cheeky will point left.
And then two
Yeah.
points is I'm going in here. This one? No. Do that
Yeah,
guy.
Balrog
The next
was
one,
in dire
going
straits
to-
now. It is definitely in trouble
goes
with
in.
the double
Yes.
transfix.
Plus one rune again.
Yep. And charge
So
those.
yep, go into that shield.
This one.
Actually, you know what? He's got the full movement. He'll continue on into the next point.
Yep.
I'm going to walk there here. I'm gonna
Plus
get
1 to
the,
wound on throwing
mid-charge-
weapons is
charge
a
at the
beautiful
front bit
thing
of
in this
the
game.
spearman. We've got that. Yep. That one will hit. Cuts. Left. So do a wound.
That one.
Please move it in there. Type those 2. Okay. Limited ones in the other bit. So that's. You need to keep running. That's as well.
Running low on time at 5 minutes remaining.
Going to be here.
Yep.
Oops, sorry.
This
This is
in there.
in there.
Both.
Yeah.
Throwing spear there, missing.
Yep. Good.
As
Yep.
Angmar makes
The,
their
out of range.
charges,
Yeah,
makes
so it's
getting
there.
priority, and as we know, the resource pool armies are pretty much depleted. I think Witch King still has a little bit of will left, and Gulliver has the 1 point of might left.
Yeah, really just making sure that if he absolutely needs it for the kill, in the fight, whatever it might be.
The
especially in a
Balrog
turn
is
like
transfixed, so there's no threat there. So if there's another captain within 12 inches, 10 inches, sorry, it is gonna eat the Gulliver.
this. Yeah,
So, I'll do one more thing.
Yeah, sure.
Just on the off chance to do something rude to me, I'll put it down in front of the person. One minute, 2. That's not stupid. Being an enemy.
I'm gonna try and jump over.
Yeah, sure.
A sneaky jump test there, makes it over.
I don't. Yeah, I assume you can see him because of the wings.
course.
Yeah, you're good.
As Eric likes to point out to me, while the result is no different, the +1 for being a goblin it makes that result
it
A3.
is paramount.
He jumps slightly higher.
To be fair, it means that you can jump without risk, and you have a third of a chance of just straight being able to.
It
move
means
after.
you'll never fail. That's
Exactly.
that's the big one. We just fail. Yeah, very very sneaky.
Right, now
They're gonna
shooting.
stay
So,
Sorry, let me just check.
Yeah.
How far away are you? Is that within the Witch King?
no. That is. Yep, get into there. Yep.
Okay. So the front two will be able to make it if they go 2.5.
Yep, no worries.
Liam's moving some of his goblins up in range there, make sure
These
that
two
he's
just stay,
in range of the Witch King, and maybe try and get a sneaky shot in.
Go.
Yeah.
Yep, shooting.
We move into our final 3 minutes, gentlemen.
Spearman.
This is a Hail Mary play if I've ever seen one.
Truly is.
Bowman here. I was going to go for one of your bowmen.
I'm doing the
Range.
12.
Never mind. No, shot straight to yours.
2 shots into the Witch King.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
2 shots into Gulliver.
Go.
Witch King fluffs,
Yep. Alright.
shots of the Witch King fluff, and shots from the
Shots
Gulliver
of
fluff
Gulliver
as well.
also.
So I've got 3, 4, one of which is a captain.
Yep. Well, sets the bar.
Guys, a 6.
Gulliver gets
Why is
6.
there always a 6?
Success strikes on the captain. That's 2 wounds.
Kills a
And 3
captain.
wounds.
Kills a captain.
Gulliver's
and
Ian and the
Goblin.
captain.
Yep, and the final set of strikes on
Which goblin?
those 2 there.
These 2? So I still have 1 goblin.
Yep, that's right.
Didn't call it heroic combat. Gulliver still has 1 point of might.
He did not.
Too many models.
Yeah, too many models to
Wing
kill.
fight.
That is fair enough.
Wag there.
Yep.
And you
How many you
obviously
got
want to
there?
make sure that the captain
2
died.
on, sorry, 3
Saving
and
that,
1.
saving that mine.
Yeah,
Really trying to just secure that hero kill lead.
yeah. Really just boosting points onto that objective play.
Yep.
eh?
Oh, just just a bit of insurity, just in case something went wrong. Which in these dice games, as we saw with that, things do go wrong.
Exactly.
You just don't expect to happen. I mean, a 1 in 27 chance is pretty feral. Thank you.
For the rider.
Roll for the calculation there, because I would have been there for a while. Like, hey, what's one?
Just make 1. And you roll a 9.
Well, that's what makes this game such a missing game, isn't it?
minimum 1.
You have the randomness of dice,
so
and you
nine,
still need to
nine,
actually be
nine.
able to play around what are the actual odds of this working in my favour.
Well, yeah, that's what I do with Jiren when I fight things like Aragorn. I'm just like, I'm going to call 3 defenses in a row. Just wait till you stuff it up. and piercing strike every time, because if you stuff it up, haha, you're dead.
It's equal fight.
Yep, roll.
Not all of us are dwarves, Mr. Eric.
Well, that's on you for not being a dwarf.
Once.
And then
Because you should be.
That is also true.
5 and 6.
How are we looking?
1 here.
One here.
Imagine not being a dwarf. Ugh.
Yeah, imagine being tall.
Yeah.
And rider.
I feel like the nicest thing about being a dwarf is you can run through doorways full tilt.
Priority.
Irony is, out of my group, I'm probably the second tallest person.
Yeah.
Easy to move.
Well, I mean, it's thematic that I've picked up dwarves at least.
Yeah. Hey, I lost to you. With your dwarves. With my dwarves. Alright, I think we're coming up very close to time here.
Let's see what
Literally 20 seconds left, boys.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go.
You'll have enough time to finish out the turn.
Which is that way. That way. So he's gonna do it. Take over the balls.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, he's gonna fight there.
And that is time.
It's time.
It's time.
Did we finish our round?
Hey, I'm not the TO, so if you guys want to play your 10 out, you're more than welcome
I can
to.
only see one thing that matters.
What's that?
Is moving, potentially whipping Gull.
Yes. Yep. I'm happy to.
So I'll move first, and
yep.
then you have a chance to do it.
Yes, I have a chance to stop him as well. Yep.
Which means hopefully you'll be close enough for me to do a couple of shots at you as well.
Yep, sure.
A bit of a gentleman's agreement to finish out the turn, just to round things out, so they're not stopping mid-turn here. Once again, this is what makes great players great, the bit of sportsmanship on the top of being a good skilled player.
Yep,
Exactly.
And just
So the play that we're going for at the moment is the Balrog will be attempting to whip Gulliver into the combat.
shot.
Yeah.
You be able to tell the
And
opponent,
if
so
we do
once you
that,
get the
I
rest of the
believe
line,
it could
you
actually
get-
be enough to tie
Oh,
out
you've also got
VPs.
this
Could
on
be
a couple of
game-changing,
phases.
yeah. It's still a close game, like, make no mistake, the Balrog really hasn't taken any damage, it's been transfixed with a couple of unlucky rolls.
Okay.
So, yeah, calling heroic defense when piercing, like, look, against Aragorn always wins on a 4, so Durin's defense is useless, so you may as well just go hard, go hard or go home. Strength 5, Aragorn, like in Return of the King, he is only defense 5, so you're wounding him on 4s, and then you get your +1, so 3s with a reroll, like, gross.
It is not bad.
Yeah, it's alright, I mean, I did that too, in one of the Masters games that I had, it was Aragorn and King of the Dead against Durin. They botch their rolls, and Durin just turns around and goes, nice, and killed Aragorn.
Yeah.
So he's going to spend all but one of his will, so that'll be 2.
Yep.
So we're down to that last one to try and do the immobilize for the last turn.
Yeah, I think most of the games tonight or today have been finishing on time, but given that these two gents have played each other in the past, and it is such a high-stakes game, I think it's very sporting of them to just kind of let it finish out.
Okay.
Hallelujah. The Balrog has finally passed and rolled
Yeah,
to
with
stop
his last
the
point of
magical
will.
spell going on.
Last point of will.
Well into a minute of overtime, and he's finally succeeded, boys and girls. That is exactly what we want.
So heroic defense counters any flat wound ability, so it actually ends up countering Azog's I am the master.
Correct.
So it means Azog doesn't wound you on a 3, which is huge.
Yes.
And Aragorn's sword is also same. So Any ability that would put him on a flat value gets overridden by heroic defense.
Correct. The rule for always wounding on a 4 or 3 respectively for those two models refers to the wound chart rolls.
If he's got
Rolling
it,
against the wound chart, if you can roll a 3 or better, it will always be the
and
wound.
he will have.
Do you know what's gross about a heroic defense? If they need 6s and 4s to wound you, it goes to 6s and 6s.
6s, correct.
Gross.
Yeah.
Hilariously gross.
No, he moves. This one who moved, Witch King.
Again. Yes.
Oh, big 6.
Still about one in the way.
One in the way?
Yeah.
Goes through, up or down. Goes down. It's alright, I've got a horse in your failure thing.
The absolute
so
Hail
let's
Mary,
do
hoping we'd
here.
kill a horse, roll a 1 on the Throne Rider test, cop the wound, fail the fate, and finally be banished.
So he didn't fight.
Yeah, no. What I was trying to get at earlier is if
In the way.
you're up against Aragorn,
It's him, up or down. Goes down.
because he always wins you on a 4, your defense does nothing. So you may as well just take the risky bisky of piercing strike and turn his always winning onto a 4 to a 6, and you're like, well, that's no net difference to me. But now, if I hit you, you die.
Within the way.
Very quickly as well.
Both will hit. First in the way.
So double shots here from the goblin, second in the ways.
Goes through.
Goes
Second
through.
in the way. Hits. And wounds.
Is that one there or that one there? So,
So it'll go from here.
yeah, I apologize. You have to be him there. Yep, does that work? Stick around. He would.
Is name one?
He's neck one. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, cool.
Which means this last one does not have it in the way anymore. So it's just up or down on the Witch King. It's going to go down.
Be enough for the plus one?
Yep.
I'm throwing my test from me.
Managed to get the Witch King's horse there. Unlucky on the
Oh, it rolls a 2, not a 1 for the Throne Rider.
Actually, COVID save.
Yeah.
yeah, COVID safe handshake. That's game, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Cheeky horse shot at the end
Very
there.
cheeky,
Very good.
yes.
Sorry, it's a joke. I know. Wait.
No, it's okay because I should have just gone. I must get stuff on Gulliver, throw the extra 3 dice.
minute, yeah.
I then had to roll the 2+. It would reduce your attacks in combat. It meant if you flew off, you're still on fire.
That's right.
So it's the initial one, the 2 extra ones that we've had.
Yeah.
1 extra shot in the gully.
That's all the difference, doesn't it?
You know, not hitting this ball right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for the game.
Pleasure.
This is what kind of nice things, Jack. All right. So points.
Yes.
So on to the points calculation.
So in terms of wounding
Leaders?
the leader,
Nothing for either of us.
yes, I have. I do not count.
Yeah.
Yep. Because you only have 1 wound.
That's fine. Yeah, you get
so
a
no
leader.
points there. Nobody is broken.
Nope.
So you have at least 1 hero remaining,
That's correct.
and you have killed more than me.
That's 3
So you
points.
score 3.
That's right.
I have heroes remaining. I score 1.
That's right. 3 to 1.
In terms of bonus points,
Yep.
Jake
Super
Navarro,
close
you
game.
haven't broken me, so I'll
Very
have to do
close
that
game,
one.
correct.
And
On.
I did not get.
So 3 for
And
protection.
I got
And 2,
2, yeah.
and rally is banner leader. Cool. So that brings it from 3-1
3, 1,
to
9.
9, and I got 3. I would have killed at least 20%.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So 4 makes it brings it to 5 overall. So 9 to 5.
Final score is 5 to 9, but 1 to 3 on primaries. So very close game.
It happened again.
1 to 3
Exceedingly close.
on primaries. Very, very close.
Some of those were
Doesn't
were
matter.
not fair.
That's how the dice be. If the dice gods wanted me to win, I would have resisted the 3 on.
It would have been a 666 like earlier in the game. Yeah.
Oh, what's that? 6? 2 dice. Here's multiple 6s.
I was like, oh no. This is
I couldn't believe it when you caught. I'm like, holy shit, what a MLG play here. And then he rolled 3 dice. I'm like, very reasonable.
Like, it would be nice if you didn't forget how to roll after that first one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So game over.
Game over.
So that, I think, concludes our master stream. I'm not sure if we have the opportunity to get the boys on right now, just as it is
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
late.
absolutely.
I think they've agreed to get them in, so we'll get Eric to jump in and do this. So we'll start with, I think we'll start with Andrew, just as he's ready to go, and then we'll have Liam on afterwards as well.
9 to 5 to Angmar. Put it this way, if they ask me first, we know it went wrong.
All right, welcome back. Well, welcome back me. This is Eric here. We've got Andrew Coleman just hot off the back of a big win. Congratulations,
Thank
number
you.
one.
Thank you.
How do we feel?
Pretty good. Yeah. I came in today kind of just not looking to set any standards for myself, just to take as game as it came and have a good time. And yeah, had some 4 really great games there, so I'm really happy.
Yeah, I was really impressed with how both of you played that last game, especially in those opening turns, trying to juke each other, warding each other off with the Balrog and the Gulliver.
Yeah.
It was really awesome to see your cavalry plays in action as well. I think a lot of people on the stream also really enjoyed it, seeing you kind of do your engages and disengages as well. And I think those last few turns, especially with the careful use of magic, with your free, I think you've got the free point of
it's not a free point, but he gets a reroll.
Yes,
so,
that's right.
So
Yeah.
feeling
So
confident getting a 3+.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Those cheeky spells really put a lot of pressure on Liam, and I think that's really sealed the deal, especially when that transfix.
Yeah, I think I always knew this was going to be a many-turn game. So I tried to play from the outset to try and turn that to my advantage because I got the mobility. And Liam's only real way to force me into combat is to throw a whip at me, so I'm staying outside of range of that. He can't really engage on me, and then I can dictate the entire pace of the game. I was really happy I was able to do. Kept myself patient. You may have noticed Gulliver was on the right flank for turn after turn after turn, not doing anything, just sitting and waiting for the barrel to move away, wait for something to crack. But I knew once I got that first captain, I had the advantage, and I had to push.
Yep.
And eventually the lines began to a bit more. I think losing priority every turn. So many turns in a row also made a big difference. That was really helpful for me.
Yeah, it was pretty big seeing that that happened there. When yeah, I think it was 4 turns in a row or something like that.
Yeah, it's been nuts.
All right. Look, it's getting late, guys. Thank you for having coming onto the show.
Thank you.
Coltrane,
everyone in chat who's been watching. I'll have to go back and have a look at this.
Yeah, we've got Lockie here.
Yep. Hello, Lockie. Thank you.
Yeah. And everyone, and thank you for watching, guys. We actually peaking at 28 viewers. Thank you very much, guys. And let's see if we can get Liam on. All right, he's waiting in the wings. Come on, Liam. Come take a seat.
Hello all.
Oh, what a game.
Oh,
that was so intense. I saw every drop of sweat, I think, from your forehead.
Yeah, actually, the air conditioning in this room is much better, so it was a lot less sweaty.
Yeah, look, I think that was a really cool game to watch, especially seeing you yourself as I would say king of the Moria players.
Yeah.
Like it was really awesome to see how you utilize your your line. And also, I really like that play with the hiding that little cheeky captain there, calling that march.
Yep.
That was such a big
and
brain
trying
move.
to change the game.
Yeah, that was so cool to watch. Look, how do you think overall? How did you feel about the game?
Look, it was disappointing not to get a couple of those crucial things my way, but don't get me wrong, I clearly got some nice resists in there early. I think that the last couple of games I've played against Andrew Coleman, they've actually been right down to the wire. Usually one of us makes a play in the first 10-15 minutes and the game is done from there. But I'm really happy that and people know that Andrew is the man to beat, New South Wales.
Yep.
If I can push him to, think late in this long day, I was happy with that.
Yeah, look, you guys played all the way down to the wire, down to time. So, look, I think you gave Andrew Coleman the best run for his money I've ever seen on record. So that was
and even though there's a lot of kiting around, we still had a fun game.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Look, and I think
what we're here
I think in the stream really enjoyed seeing both of you play out those turns while kind of positioning with each other. You setting up, getting ready to receive a charge or possibly following up the following turn. So yeah, really cool to see.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Congratulations on coming second, though. That's
Thank you.
always
I'm
super
quite
good.
happy with it.
Much better than what I've ever
Second
done.
comes right after first.
Yes, that's right. Look, I'm not going to keep you any longer.
No worries.
Thank you for the games.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. And thanks for streaming.
All right, and we'll chat later.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Liam. All right, thanks everyone for coming in onto the stream. We'll just get Scott back on to sign us out. Look, it's been a awesome day. But we are looking to close up fairly quickly to get out of here fairly quickly. Look, thank you for joining us on the stream. The VODs will be out very shortly, and hopefully we can get some commentary as well as some of the original players on those VODs to come and give some of their insight as well. And we'll do a post-event breakdown.
Yeah, thanks everybody once again for tuning in today. I know it's been a very long stream. We do certainly look at sharing some more of the Australian scene going forward, and we will have some breakdowns with the guys who had the fortune of playing today, and just we'll run through. We've got a couple. We had another camera on another table, so we might be inviting some people who played on that table to do something similar to what we've done today. Just commentate over what they did during the game and what went wrong, what went right, and add some good Lord of the Rings memes. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys all soon.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good night. Oh, we'll see you at Middle Earth Reveal. See you there, guys.
See you later.
All right, thank you everyone.
Good night, team.